Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Demo Jam. This is the last Demo Jam of 2018, and you know what? We're celebrating it in a special way. We're talking about apps for 2019, so you guys got to get ready for next year. I'm Jeff Grosse. I'm a Salesforce MVP. I'm joined by the joyous Jodi Wagner. She is my co-host for today. There she is. Hey, how you doing, Jodi?
Good, thanks, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Just back in town, getting ready for all of the festivities coming up in the next few days. We also have with us the ever ecstatic Amanda Nelson from the Salesforce AppExchange. Hey, Amanda.
Hey Jeff, hey Jodi. I'm excited to be here and see all of these apps to prepare us for 2019.
Exactly. So we've got a lot in store today. We got some great demoers out there, and it's all about letting you guys see exactly what makes these apps special, how you can use them in 2019. And what we want you guys to do is we want you to follow along live on Twitter. You can use the hashtag AppDemoJam, and today's participants include Ubiverse, CloudKettle, OneSpan, Passage enosiX, and AMC Technology. Now, before we get into this, we got a couple of rules, and Jodi's going to go through those. It's pretty simple format, but Jodi, tell us what the rules are.
The rules are pretty simple. You, our lovely participants today, have 3 minutes to demo your app. 3 minutes, not 3 minutes in one. We are very strict on this. Jeff will yank you right off stage. No slides allowed. There's one winner. It will be chosen by our audience. You cannot vote for your own company and to have fun. So is everybody ready?
I think we are, but the thing is, I'm looking at Steve and Nick there on that slide. Those guys, those guys dress crazy to Dreamforce. So if you guys haven't met those guys before, you got to come to Dreamforce. You got to see them at some world tours, places like that. These are some other fellow Salesforce MVPs, and they have a lot of fun, but they don't show slides. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to introduce our first contestant today. It's AMC Technology. AMC is the leader in contact center and Salesforce integration, allowing customers to create unique contact center experiences through either Picasso or their new pure cloud platform, DaVinci. Sounds like a theme there. We've got with us today Paul Martin. Paul is a senior solutions engineer, and he's got a couple of friends that are going to make this whole demo rock. So, are you ready, Paul? I'm going to start your 3 minutes in just a second here if you're ready.
Yes, we are.
All right, let's do it.
Hi,
You're on.
I'm Raj, Best Bikes, who's a new customer of AMC Technology, and today I will be demonstrating how easy it is to build a contact center using Salesforce, Skype for Business for internal consultation, and TulioFlex for external communication on the AMC Technology DaVinci platform. With a couple of clicks and configuration, the DaVinci platform can be ready for use by agents. Now we see Paul, who is an agent and is assigned to the contact center. He now logs in into the AMC toolbar. Initially, his status is not available for channel interaction. He changes his availability to receive customer interactions on Twilio. Paul now gets a call from one of our customers, Rose. On talking to Rose, Paul finds out that she is calling to check on her urgent request for a bike shipment. Paul sees that there was a case created earlier for Rose for a bike shipment. He realizes the case is owned by Praveen. And so he begins to contact Praveen via Skype to verify the urgent shipping request and requests for approval for overnight shipping. After getting the details from Praveen, Paul then informs Rose that a shipment would be shipped overnight. He then takes the call activity notes and ends the call. At the end of the call, a new call activity is created to capture the interaction between Paul and Rose. Now, what's incredible is that all this Salesforce and channel metrics can be presented in the AMC Salesforce dashboard. In today's demo, we showed you how to build a contact center using Salesforce, Twilio, and Skype for Business on the DaVinci platform. And so you can add any of the channel applications to build your own powerful contact center from scratch. Thank you.
You were right on time. Good job with that. I was watching the timer and you finished right on time. I got to say what I like about what I saw today. So first off, you guys are very platform agnostic in the sense that you are able to connect so many different platforms together. And I've actually never seen somebody do a combo interaction panel like that where you've got the chat, you've got the text, the phone call going on. You're able to do internal communications as well to make sure that you can serve this customer in the best way possible. And being able to tie that all together, it makes for a seamless experience. And so, frankly, that's exactly what we want to see folks do in the new year. If you guys have any of these technologies out there, or it's actually really easy to set up almost any one of those technologies out there. Looks like AMC can do it. So good job on the demo, guys. I'm going to turn it over to Amanda here and see what our audience question is for you guys.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Paul and team. Great demo. Now you can ask your questions live here in the chat function of GoToWebinar, so go ahead and post those in there. We will pull the first question that comes in for each demo. So the question for AMC Technology is, does DaVinci support both premise and cloud-based contact center platforms?
Yes, it does. DaVinci does support both online and platform, cloud and on-premise solutions.
Awesome. That's great. And I bet you that those extensions are growing all the time because obviously there's new companies coming up and being a part of the ecosystem, making new ways to contact folks, and for you guys to be able to extend that out as a new technology platform is out there, you guys can add them in. So good job, AMC. Appreciate you being here today and doing the demo for us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to turn it over to Jodi now for our second contestant today.
Thanks, Jeff. Our second contestant today is CloudKettle. CloudKettle is a specialized consultancy that works primarily with hypergrowth B2B SaaS companies, scaling from 10 to 100 million in ARR. They're a Salesforce Silver partner that helps enhance and optimize clients' marketing and sales operations processes for rapid growth. Their free BANT app for Salesforce is designed to help companies start adding rigor to their sales process. And I have to tell you, I think BANT has come up in conversations with 3 different potential clients recently. So I know that's definitely something that people are looking at. Today we have John McGinley with us. Are you ready to demo your app, John?
Sure am, Jodi, and I've got Ryan O'Sullivan here driving beside me, so we're going to do the best to keep you guys at least mildly entertained with at least 2 voices.
Great, thank you. Jeff, are you ready to time?
Once I unmute myself, yep, we're ready to go. Let's kick it off.
Perfect, thanks guys. So at CloudKettle, we work with many fast-growing organizations. Each one of them has their own set of challenges, whether it's product-related, marketing, renewals. But overwhelmingly, as Jodi said, we see organizations struggle to create a repeatable sales process. And Salesforce is a great start, but when you're training a young team to qualify, prioritize, and work leads, it's hard to grow a team. And while we know that BANT is one of literally hundreds of sales processes, is it the best? Well, I would say that depends. It's the easiest to remember, and we feel really a process is better than no process at all. So Ryan's getting us into the screen now, And what we'd like to see is the Band app is designed to help salespeople better qualify and prioritize leads and opportunities. It doesn't coach them on how to ask the question or how to get the answer, but it's really designed to remind them of what they need, what information they need to find out. So for example, budget, well, if the lead can't afford to buy your product, your AE really shouldn't be wasting their time with them. The authority, is the person that they're talking to, can they buy, or do they need to get other people involved in the process? Is there a real need? Has the person indicated that there's a problem that you can solve, or do you actually have to educate them in the process of why they should be buying your product? Timeline, the number one killer of sales is a lack of urgency or momentum. So has the prospect indicated that when they want to make the decision? Those are really important questions. And then we've also added, is there a competitor? So are you competing, is there another product already in the mix? Are you competing against someone else? Or do you have to create a brand new budget for them to buy your product? And each one of these helps qualify a lead or opportunity for the salesperson. They may choose to work the lead or the op based on budget, timing, or the ease of sale. However, the app is also for sales leadership.
So coming in here as Jane, as the sales manager, we can look at some out-of-the-box dashboards that come with the Band application. So the Band dashboard that I'm going to show here will demonstrate all my team's open leads by timeline and by budget. So this gives me a quick view at what's coming up soon and identifying what the budget is for these leads, so I can prioritize the top one coming up soon. The open leads here are identified by status number, so the amount of information on the lead. And at the bottom here, we can see opportunities that have been converted without Band information.
So overall, it's a great way to help the sales process and introduce some rigor, but it's also an opportunity for the sales manager to identify training opportunities for his or her sales team. And that, my friends, is the Band app.
You guys are right up to the mark there too. Good job.
That was really great. Thank you. As somebody who spends a lot of time talking to clients about, making sure that process is in place, this definitely looks like something that can help introduce that rigor to the sales process, and it looks fairly easy to use. I thought that was really great. Amanda, do we have any questions for our folks at CloudKettle?
Yeah, we sure do. And great job, John and Ryan. Thank you coming at us from Canada. The question is, can I change the weighting value for each section?
Yeah, that's correct. So when you set up the Band application, you can decide what values are most important to you. So when I look at the scoring system here, the weight, depending on what information you fill in, can be totally customizable to how much percentage that is. So yeah, that is a good question.
Do we have any other questions, Amanda?
That's it for now. We're ready to keep on going.
Great, thank you. And I thought that was a really great demo. I'm gonna hand it back to
guys. Yep. Now, make sure all of you audience, you guys got to stick around, because remember, you are in charge of who wins the demo jam today. So stick around. We got 6 competitors. Want to make sure you stay around all the way to the end, because you are going to choose the winner. Next up, we have enosiX. Now, this is actually a really important app that's out there and new for 2019. I think you guys really ought to get to know these guys. This is really important. It's about pre-built solutions to integrate Salesforce and SAP. We know SAP is dominant out there. You see it everywhere. But how are you going to get it to connect to Salesforce? With enosiX, enterprise companies can tap into data and business processes from SAP through Salesforce so that customer-facing teams have access to the most up-to-date information. It gives business the competitive edge by providing a smarter integration technology, drives fast implementation, and it's cost-effective and scalable, which everybody's looking for. I got Aaron Long with me here today. Aaron, are you ready to show us the magic?
I am.
All right, your 3 minutes begins now, sir.
Okay, great. So today I'm going to show you our enosiX app and how we're able to supplement the Salesforce Customer 360 by giving your Salesforce users visibility into SAP data. And you'll notice that we're actually using pre-built Lightning components. And what sets us apart from traditional integration is we're not using a sync and store method. Instead, what we're actually doing is virtualizing this data on demand into these Lightning components. So that means that anytime your users are interacting with our app, they're going to get the most up-to-date information, because this is essentially providing a window into SAP. So we're obviously going to have information in transactional records like SAP orders or invoices, but I can, drill down into any of these specific invoices or orders in this case, and I can get additional information. So, we can see that we're looking at document number 14715. I can see the status. I can see the various sold to or bill to ship to parties that have been set up inside of SAP. I can see my item numbers, and then of course I can drill further into this to get additional information. So like if we wanted to go and see any of the pricing conditions that were set up against this specific material in SAP, I can see that as well. Now, again, because we're not doing a sync and store, we're actually doing this in real time. If I open up my SAP instance and I open up this order, the 14715, I can go in and I can make a change inside of SAP. I can save this. Let me drop that down, and then now what happens as soon as I come back over here and I refresh my screen, we're going to see that the quantity that we just updated inside of SAP has automatically and immediately been updated inside of our visibility or in Salesforce. And again, that's because we're doing all of this in real time, and there's no sync and store. Now, again, this is a pre-built app that you can download off the AppExchange, and we are virtualizing all this data in through Lightning components. So what that means is your Salesforce admin is not going to have to go through and do any coding. Instead, they're going to be able to make use of the Lightning app builder. They'll be able to select from our different Lightning components that they want to utilize, and then they would just simply drag and drop where they want any of this displayed on the screen. And of course, if I come over here and I look on the right-hand side, they have additional capabilities to turn on or off fields that they want displayed in these apps. And that is how the enosiX app enables real-time integration with SAP, and we're able to do it faster than traditional integration methods.
Wow, you finished with 4 seconds left, so good job with that. And you know what? As I'm looking at this, the ease with which you did that, because of the fact that you weren't creating external objects, you weren't doing a whole bunch of other things that you usually have to do to get that in. And then I was hoping you were going to get into the Lightning page builder so that I could actually see that. And of course you did. So the ability to have those preset components, pull them in, put them exactly where you want them. I can think of so many different customer service applications and sales applications where you need to be able to get at that order information, or maybe it's materials availability or all of those different pieces. And the fact that you then can configure it on the right-hand side, fantastic, because you took literally months off of a lot of people's integrations by being able to do this. So frankly, I'd never heard of you guys before, Aaron, but this is a fantastic demo. So good job.
Thank you.
Amanda, what have we got for an audience question for enosiX?
Yeah, great job on the demo. I liked how it was so simple that it almost didn't even need 3 minutes. It's kind of like when we saw the undo button demo, where they basically just said, well, if you want to undo something in Salesforce, you hit this button called undo button. And that was the demo. And that was great too. So, all right. So the question coming in is, how long does it take to typically implement?
Because this is a AppExchange app, what you saw today can typically be implemented in a day's time.
I was wondering if he was going to say 3 minutes, but I think it would take a little bit longer than that, since you got to do a little bit of install. But yeah, I mean, the time that you guys can cut off of a typical integration is, man, that's fantastic. So good job, Aaron. You amazed me. So I like that. Jodi, I'm going to turn it back over to you for the next contestants.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm excited to have OneSpan join us for our next demo. If you haven't heard of OneSpan, they enable financial institutions and other organizations to succeed by making bold advances in their digital transformation. Sounds like a really crazy goal, but they do this by establishing trust in people's identities, the devices they use, and the transactions that shape their lives. More than 10,000 customers, including over half of the top 100 global banks, rely on OneSpan solutions that protect their most important relationships and business processes. And I don't know about you, but I'm really interested in identity and privacy and all that stuff. So I am really looking forward to this demo. And we have with us doing this demo, Francois, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Jodi.
Okay,
Let's
take it away.
do it.
Thank you. So as you can see, I'm in the retail banking application, and I'm going to show you an example of how you can help Salesforce customers streamline a typical customer onboarding process that involves signing documents. So I'm going to be playing two roles, that I'm an advisor and that of the customer, and my starting point will be a person account, Mr. Red Nose, Rudolph by his first name. It is the season after all. And I'm going to go ahead and send, you guessed it, a standard Santa Claus for him to sign. So I have a button at the top that allows me to initiate the process. And by the way, this type of automation is what allowed us to help BMO win the Celent Model Bank Award for their 8-minute account opening process with electronic signatures. So let me flip to Mr. Rudolph's email. Now, Mr. Rudolph will receive an email from the system, and I'll open my email. I'll click the button in the email to access my transaction, and I put just 2 documents in the transaction, any simple e-sign consent, and that needs to be accepted but not signed. So here you go, and I accept. And the next document has a field I need to fill in. It's a mandatory field. My signer name will be filled in automatically. I have some optional fields below, but I won't fill them in right now. I'll scroll down to the signature area, and this is a click to sign signature, by far the most popular, but not the only one. There's also a hand-drawn signature that's fairly popular. As an example, Chase Bank has standardized on click to sign signatures in their 5,000 branches, whereas US Bank has chosen a hand-drawn signature to automate their small business loans, and they've achieved an 85% adoption rate with that. So I'll confirm my signature. That concludes the signature process for the signer. It's as simple as that. There's nothing more that I need to do. And if I flip back to the advisor view, I can go to related view and see the transactions that are in progress. These 2 are actually completed, and I can access them. And from here, I can see the document, the signed document, and there's a lot of additional automation I can do from this point forward. I could trigger on the change of status of this transaction to start a task or to initiate another process. So lots of automation possible. But what I wanted to just give you is an idea of how you can automate processes for your customer. A lot more to electronic signatures like authentication and so on and so forth. But I just wanted to give you a quick overview. With that, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Francois. That was a great demo. And somebody who's worked a lot in the banking space, anything that shortens down the account opening and onboarding process is helpful. And I like that you had the actual signer built right in there, so you could see exactly what's happening in that path. Amanda, do we have any questions for Francois?
We do, and yes, great demo. I like the little Santa cameo. That was great. So the question is around adoption. Can you talk a little bit about how easy it is to adopt your solution?
Yes, that's a good question. We have achieved upwards of 80 and 90% adoption rates in most situations. Customers will immediately adopt an electronic signature process, very, very quickly. In one instance, we had drawn a 6-month period to really ramp up the adoption. And we found that within 48 hours, we were already almost at the top of that adoption ramp, if you will. So you won't get any resistance from your customers at all when you introduce electronic signatures.
That's great. Thank you so much. Jeff, are you ready for our next contestant?
I am, and I was thinking about that last demo, and I realized now the reason there wasn't a hand-drawn signature for Rudolph, he doesn't have hands. He's just got to be able to tap it, so it's got to be easy. So
I was
I can
so
see why.
trying not to go there. I was so trying not to, Jeff.
Hey, I had to take us there, so good job with that demo. Our next contestant is called Passage Tech. Rollup Helper provides master detail or lookup rollup creation via an admin-friendly guided interface that allows you to use rollup data of all different types, including sum, count, checkbox, text, min, max, average rollups. And you can create custom filters without having SOQL knowledge, which is fantastic. You can create your own formula fields. You can use your own formula fields and filters, or you can just select one of the 38 plus pre-canned date filters, which is fantastic. You don't even have to have all that creativity to come up with all those. It's there. With Rollup Helper, you get real-time actionable data for your processes and reporting without using code. And that means that you can track activities on an account or use Rollup summary fields to send alerts to sales managers, display activities in a report or a dashboard through the account hierarchy, and then use the results in validation rules. And really, it says here, you're really only limited by your imagination. And my imagination is really huge. So Susan Harris, when you demo this, I don't know. I might just have to stretch my imagination and see if I can figure out something that Rollup Helper can't do. But until that time, I want to see your demo. Are you
Thanks,
ready?
Jeff. Yes, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. What can it mean for your business to have actionable real-time data on records in Salesforce? It means that you can use that information to drive your business processes. Rollup results can be used in workflow, validation rules, or formula fields. It also means that your users have the information that they need at their fingertips, increasing productivity. Because I come from a background in sales, there are a couple of Rollup Helper use cases that are particularly close to my heart. One of them is identifying white space on an account for cross-sell or upsell opportunities. The other one is identifying account neglect. With Rollup Helper for white space, you can easily roll up a list of products that have been purchased and then use that information in a formula field to identify what products have or have not yet been purchased by a particular account. And because Rollup Helper can transverse the account hierarchy relationship, you can also see a list of products that have been purchased by all the child accounts throughout the hierarchy. When it comes to account neglect, Rollup Helper can easily account a number of tasks that have been completed within a certain time frame. You can use that information then in a workflow rule to send a notification or create a custom list view for neglected accounts for your reps to work. But enough talking. Let's see how easy it is to create that number of tasks rollup. I'm going to click Create a New Rollup. I want to roll up to Account. And I'm going to look for the custom number field that I created, number of tasks. The information that I want to roll up is held on task. And I'm going to select Count. I need to add a filter. For this use case, I want to count tasks that have been completed only within the last 30 days. So I'm going to select due date only, less or equal. And the pre-canned date filters, I'm going to select last number of days and enter 30. And I need to make sure I'm only counting completed tasks. So I'm going to add status equals completed. Rollup Helper automatically adds is deleted equals false so that we don't count anything sitting in your recycle bin. I don't need to change my filter logic for this one. I'm going to save my filter. And even though we recommend adding a schedule to any date-based rollups, I'm going to skip that step for now to save a little time. I'm going to save my rollup without running it so that I can show you this in real time. Log a call on a contact that's related to the Grand Hotel's account. And then let's go look at that account again. And you can see that the number of tasks has updated in real time. Thank you, everyone.
All right, you're right up to the time there, but hey, that was actually really cool. So I was thinking about this as you're building it out. And the progressive disclosure, this idea that as you're building these roll-up summaries, you're just disclosing the right amount of information at each time, makes it so simple. And the way that you started with even just the, I think it was 6 buttons that were out there to go in and begin creating those, that's so much easier than trying to do it on your own and trying to think of how you would actually create these kinds of roll-ups, and then being able to put the filters on it makes it so much more useful. So frankly, the ability that you guys have to simplify this process, probably, you know, if you think about it, this is one of those things that you probably have a customer probably has to think about a few times over to think, wow, how could I really use that? Because there's so many different use cases, whether it be for sales, service, marketing, anybody else out there. I think there's a ton of use cases where we don't know the correlation between one piece of data and all the rest of it. And by being able to roll it all up like that and make it simple, man, that makes it that much better. So good job, Susan. I appreciate you doing the demo for us.
Thanks, Jeff.
Amanda, what have we got for a question?
Yes, great demo. The question is it possible to create a last 30 days call activities on an account object?
On an account record?
I'm not sure, but let's say that, yes, on an account.
So if you wanted to see all of the tasks that were classed as calls within the last 30 days, yes, absolutely. So instead of having number of tasks, you would have number of calls. And in your Rollup Helper filter, you would just, in the subject line, denote that it's a call. So you would add an additional filter criteria.
Wow. And I think the other thing about this, as you think about the types of rollups that you guys have created, I don't know if you guys have some sort of a gallery of those out there, but I would imagine for customers to be able to share some of those rollup summaries between each other and have you guys kind of give them the kind of guidance of saying, hey, have you thought about creating one like this? That could be fantastic, and just makes it that much more sticky because now it's that much more useful in how you use your data every day.
We do actually have a very extensive use case library on our website. And
there you go,
so
exactly what, yeah.
It has step-by-step directions in a lot of the use cases. Some of them have video tutorials, but you can come in and from the AppExchange listing and just click use cases.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks for doing the demo today. Great job. And I haven't been able to use that elephant sound effect because, you know, everybody's been getting the timing just right. So I'm going to turn it over to Jodi. And I want to make sure nobody leave. Stay in your seats. Enjoy your lunch or whatever's going on. Keep on watching the webinar because we have one more contestant and then you guys get to vote. So Jodi, turning it over to you.
This has been a very exciting demo jam for me. I think everybody's demos have solved some problem I've encountered in the last month or so. So this is really exciting for me. And I'm really excited to announce our last contestant, Ubisense. And their app, MyWorld for Salesforce, enables communication service providers to unlock the hidden value of their network information to increase sales win rates, improve customer experience, and drive engineering productivity. Sales, customer service, and operations teams have easy self-service access to reliable network capacity and serviceability information that allows them to more effectively engage with customers. More than 30,000 professionals from some of the largest network operators use MyWorld solutions every day to accelerate their business. So I have Deb from Ubisense here to demo. Deb, are you ready to show us the magic that is MyWorld?
I am, thank you.
So excited. Okay, go for it.
All right. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to show you the power of MyWorld for Salesforce, which will help you get a distinct edge over your competition. Communication services for business is a competitive market, and customers have a lot of choices. So how can you make sure that you stand out from the competition? By empowering your sales team to provide fast and accurate information back to the customer upon inquiries. So I'm going to play the role of a sales rep at a communications provider selling high-speed data services over a fiber and optic network. I'm working with Kelly, who is looking for high-speed data service for a new visitor center downtown. Now, her first encounter with a competitor left her dissatisfied because the cost of the installation, which can be quite prohibitive, wasn't disclosed to her up front. She needs to trust that won't happen again with her new provider. So let me show you how MyWorld for Salesforce works. While I have Kelly on the phone, I'm able to see Kelly's new location on the MyWorld map embedded right in the Salesforce window. I'm automatically zoomed to her location when I pull up her record. I also see crucial details like location of my existing network and my current customers. And I can tell pretty quickly that it looks like we're going to need some construction to get that cable to Kelly's new location. In the past, I would have to contact my field crew to drive out to our facility to come up with a quote, taking up to a week for me to get information back to the customer. With MyWorld for Salesforce, I can gather the same information over the phone in minutes. Now, I want to take a closer look at the cabinet we're going to tie into to see what hazards we may have to deal with. So I'll switch to Street View here. And the yellow dots show me the location of the cabinet. And I can also see a few potential hazards. I've got pavers in a sidewalk, cobblestones in the street, and if I look to the entrance to her facility, I've got bricks in the road, and all of these can have a substantial impact on the installation cost. So I'm going to use my measurement tool to calculate the cost of her installation. Now, first thing I'll do is enter the standard costs, say $5 per foot to install the cable. Digging costs in this area are going to be high, so I'm going to add a rate of $35 per foot for digging. She'll need one storage location outside her facility for $500, and the standard equipment is going to be about $800. Now I just need to get the distance to her site, and I can just click to trace, and the cost will automatically calculate for me. And here we go. So now I can take this information and I can create a quote for Kelly so she can make a decision that she really feels good about. So I'm empowered to give detailed information to the customer, building their trust with accuracy and timeliness. And having the actual network information in my fingertips in real time increases my win rate over the competition. Instead of starting a paper chase, I gave her actionable information to make a smart decision. So that's MyWorld for Salesforce.
Wow, Deb, that was really great. I enjoyed that demo. And again, Jeff didn't get to use his elephant sound.
I think this is the first demo jam I've not been able to use the elephant sound on anybody. So fantastic job, everybody. But yeah, holy cow. I think holy cow is the only words I can use for what I just saw in this demo.
Yeah, this is really great. And as somebody who, and I see from your address here, it's the United Kingdom. As someone who lives here, I absolutely understood everything you showed there. And I have a question before we throw it over to Amanda. Is that something that could, like in a community, be displayed out to, say, like a customer? Like if a customer wanted to, I don't know, for like a residential area?
Yes, really, we could work with any geographic area that you deal with, and this information can be saved out into a variety of formats and shared with customers too.
That's great. Amanda, do we have any questions for Deb?
Yeah, I love this demo as well. I've not seen anything like this before, so it was really neat. The question is around mobile. Since you showed the desktop experience, does it work similarly on mobile?
Yes, I could take this all out to the field. So if I were doing an on-site visit, I could do the same thing working on any platform. So Android, Apple, or Microsoft.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. Jeff,
yeah.
Over to you.
Okay, so everybody who's out there on the webinar, this is your time to vote. Now, voting has changed a little bit this month. We're trying something here. You've got two numbers on there, so grab your mobile phone. I want you guys to go ahead and text the letter for whoever you think wins this week. Go ahead and text the letter of each of those to the number, or either of the numbers out there. If you work for one of these companies, you're not allowed to do that. By the way, I should make sure that you guys know Ubiverse is the letter A. enosiX is letter B. OpenSpan is letter C. Rollup Helper is letter D. AMC is letter E. And CloudKettle is letter F, just to make sure that you guys know who's out there. So these were some great demos, and you guys can vote one time out there for any of these, whoever you think wins. Jodi, we saw some really cool things for 2019, and frankly, some simplifications of some of the things that you and I do consulting. And so we see a lot of different customers out there, and we hear about a lot of challenges that people face. And oftentimes, I mean, of course, we're always looking to the AppExchange to try and find solutions to challenges. But oftentimes, these things do take quite a bit of time and obviously a lot of planning to do. But it looks like, from a lot of the demos we saw, there's some really exciting stuff to share with people out there. So, you can't pick a favorite, Jodi, so I can't ask you to do that. But
I won't
just
pick
tell
a
me a little.
favorite, I promise.
I know, exactly. We got to be fair to everybody. But tell me a little bit about some of the things that you've been hearing out there, and kind of how these things fix them. I mean, these are very common business issues we run into.
They really are. And I lied. I'm gonna pick a favorite. I like all of them.
Okay, there you go. I was gonna careful, Jodi.
I like all of them, and all of them solve different issues that, or opportunities that we see in consulting all the time. Whether we're talking about integrating SAP to Salesforce and how the best way to do that. Like, are you using, a middleware solution to pull information in real time? I mean, with SAP, it's order information going back and forth. You need to, get your pricing, etc. So that one definitely would solve a lot of issues for me. And I know there's customers out there that are definitely doing SAP to Salesforce integrations. Rollup Helper, who doesn't need a Rollup Helper in their life? Especially, I don't know about you, but a lot of my projects deal with a lot of financial information, or even just saying, you haven't talked to this customer in 30 days, or you've only touched them in, twice in 30 days, or whatever the time span is. I feel like all of these are helpful.
Well, and the thing is, they're saving time, they're saving money, they're getting you a product so much faster. And I mean, that's really the beauty of what each of these can add to Salesforce, because you got a ton of great data in Salesforce, but now you got to be able to interpret it, and being able to read all of these. I mean, the usage of all of these, I think it's pretty amazing. And so I'm excited, because frankly, I hadn't heard of a lot of these AppExchange partners out there before. I'm not saying anything about, I mean, it's I try and know a lot of them, but then again, Amanda, how many partners are represented on the AppExchange now? I mean, I know there's some number of apps, but how many different partners are represented on the AppExchange today?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that question, Jeff. I mean, also, we have over 5,000 solutions. You also have all the consulting partners, some of whom are on today, who started out in consulting, still do consulting, but also built, which is really exciting. So it's really hard to know. I will say the majority of the solutions are partner apps. The others are built by Salesforce employees called labs, and there's about 300 of those.
Yeah, those things are always exciting too. And I don't know, maybe as the AppExchange Demo Jam, or the App Demo Jam, or whatever we're calling it next year, because who knows what magical stuff Amanda's been working on in the background there. Being able to see all of those different pieces out there. I mean, we think about the component exchange, we think about Heroku, we think about, man, there's just so many more things that the AppExchange has become over time. I mean, in these 11 years, is it, Amanda? 11 and a half now?
Yes, that's right.
Man,
old, I think it was like very early 2006 or so. So yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I think our banter is coming to a close. I've got a little bit of a drum roll here, but Jodi, are you ready to announce the winner when this drum roll finishes?
I am so ready.
All right. Well, here it goes.
Our winner for the last Demo Jam of 2018 is enosiX.
Good job.
Congratulations. Woohoo.
I got to say, that one is probably one of the biggest time savers. I mean, these other ones that we saw today, they're going to save money by not having to roll a truck out there. They're going to save You know, they're going to bring data to the forefront so that everybody can work with it faster. But wow, doing SAP integration that quickly, fantastic job. So do we have a couple of words from our winner?
Aaron, did you want to tell us how it feels to be our Demo Jam winner of 2018?
It feels fantastic. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to let us present, and we certainly look forward to the opportunity to work with all of the Salesforce customers that need to integrate with SAP. And not only are we able to do what you saw on the demo today, but we're also a certified partner with Salesforce CPQ. So we can do bi-directional pricing inside of CPQ as well as variant config as well.
The plot thickens.
It does.
All right. Well,
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Great job on the demo. We appreciate having everybody compete this week. Amanda, do you want to close us out today?
I would love to close us out. Congratulations, enosiX, and congratulations to everyone on the call today. You all have amazing apps. You can check out those apps at appdemojam.com. They're all there. You can go ahead, install them, read their reviews, learn more about them, and we really appreciate you all being on the call today. Join us for the next Demo Jam, same time, same place, January 17th, commerce and marketing. So you're going to see some really awesome Commerce Cloud partners and also how they integrate with marketing. Then we have admin apps in February and financial services apps in March. And you can see the beautiful trophy. enosiX will be receiving that trophy in the mail. So I'm sure you should watch Twitter for some pics of that as that arrives to their place. Thank you all for being a part of today's Demo Jam, and happy 2019.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you.